Hi, my name is Minesh Bakshi. I'm the co-author of books like Stop Hiring Losers, Network Your Way to $100,000 and Beyond, and also recently released 30-Day Total Business Makeover. I'm very privileged to have a very successful radio personality with me on the show today, Mr. Ron Edwards. Ron, thanks for being on
Oh,
the
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. Glad to
very
be here.
great. So tell me a little bit background about yourself, because you are a man of purpose, man of mission. I can clearly see that. So tell me more about yourself.
Well, basically, I've had a long career in broadcasting, 25 years. I started out in the city called Cleveland and worked there for numerous years, and also in New York City. And I was basically drafted or by a station to come here in Detroit. And, you know, little did I know that when I was asked to come here and work in the Motor City, I did not understand what depravity was until I saw the city of Detroit. When I saw the city of Detroit, I was immediately transported to the thought of a third world nation, somewhere like Haiti or whatever. I never thought that I would see what I would see, what I saw in Detroit. That also reminded me of what I was taught as a little boy by my father, that corruption and socialism in America would destroy this country. And when I came here and I asked, well, what is the form of government? Is it Republic, Democrat? And they said, no, this has been a proud democratically run city for 60, 70 years, maybe longer than that. And I said, wait a minute, they've been doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, but then not seeing their way out of this, whether they could change. And so I gradually, I've been in the news for a long time. They said, Ron, report the news, da-da-da-da-da. But I always wanted to talk about news from a truth perspective, not what CBS or whatever want me to say. Because now when you look at the news business, it's filtered.
Yes.
Now, when I was 8 years old, I was inspired by Paul Harvey, great commentator and news guy.
Correct.
And I said, when I grow up, I really want to do that. I want to have my own commentary. And I never told anyone but God. When I was here in Detroit, I was working for a particular radio station, CBS affiliate. In fact, I was a news anchor. And actually, before I started there, I was a guest on a talk show. And in the middle of the talk show, the gentleman said, Ron, would you like to start doing a commentary on my show?
Wow.
I said, yes. Now remember, I never told anyone, another human, that I wanted to do this. Only God. And I said, sure. So I had to go home and figure out what I would call this commentary. Now, there was another guy, Charles Osgood, who was on CBS, who did his commentary, but he's a liberal guy. And I said, you know, he was thinking, Osgood file. Wait a minute, Edwards Notebook, the Edwards Notebook. And I asked my wife, and she said, hey, that'll work.
Yes.
And so far it's worked, and in fact, we got to the point we were syndicated in 41 markets.
Wow.
However, this was during the Clinton regime, and homosexuals and the NAACP and other officials of the liberal doctrine really came after me. And they tried to get the stations to kick me off. The stations wouldn't, because I was drawing in a lot of listeners and a lot of advertisers. So what happened was they attacked the advertisers. And they kind of became frightened or whatever, and so we had to end up starting over.
So what are you looking for now? I mean, obviously you have a great message.
We're looking to reestablish
the
Edwards Notebook throughout the country again, because truth never takes a back seat.
No, it should not.
To anything.
Correct.
And I have as much right to express my beliefs and the truths that are self-evident to America as much as any liberal has a right to. They do not have the right to dominate the media.
Well, but they don't like dissent either.
Oh, no, they don't like
They
that.
don't like dissent, and that's one of the reasons why I respect you for your message and what you're willing to stand up for. I heard your Edwards Notebook commentary, and I'll tell you, more people, especially growing minds, need to listen to what you have to offer, because it engages people. It's not a doctrine just provided to them. It is something that engages people, and I think we need to take your message to most people. So currently, you have a specific project in mind. What are you looking to accomplish?
Well, like I said, we're looking to engage the Edwards Notebook and get it on more stations.
Is there a website or a phone number people can get hold of you?
Well, they can contact me at Edwards Notebook, Ron at edwardsnotebook.com.
Oh, wow. Very good. Ron at
I'm sorry.
edwardsnotebook.com.
Let me get it right.
Correct.
Ron Edwards at edwardsnotebook.com.
Okay, so your full name, Ron Edwards at edwardsnotebook.com.
And they can contact me there. And before we sign off, I'm very concerned about the youth.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that through studying the liberals and how they got control of this country,
Mm-hmm.
in the 1920s or whatever, they gave up on trying to reach the adults. They said three things. They said, man, we cannot persuade these adults. The adults, they're sold on their beliefs. And for the most part, they're going to continue.
Yes.
We can't get them because, number one, they are hard workers.
Mm-hmm.
They believe in hard work. Number two, their families are very intact.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they have direct access to their children, and their children believe in them. So we've got to break that up.
Correct.
And number three, they believe in their God.
Mm-hmm.
We have to separate them from the tenets of the Christian God.
Yes.
And once we do that, according to the liberals,
Yes.
then we've got America. We can destroy America and change her. Now, we as conservatives, Christians, and the like, have to take that same methodology
Mm-hmm.
and reach the young.
I agree.
You look at the founding fathers. They believed in God.
Mm-hmm.
Without God, I don't believe this country would have ever risen to the heights that she did.
Mm.
There are many stories and accounts of how there was an intervention and many battles and many
Mm-hmm.
instances in the building of this country. And God brings more inspiration, more
Mm-hmm.
intelligence,
Yes.
more study,
Mm-hmm.
and through the belief of God in God, people don't give up.
Yes.
You know, when you know you're right, and you know what you know,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to give up.
No, you don't.
And we have to reach the children with the truth.
Well, I can hear the
Because they
passion
are-
so much.
They're
Yeah.
our future.
Yes.
And without reaching them,
Mm-hmm.
America's done.
I agree. I
Because
totally.
people our age and older, they're sold.
Yeah.
They're hard to reach. I mean, there are exceptions,
Yes.
but for the most part, I mean, can you imagine? You're living in the conditions of the city of Detroit, and if you're so sold out to liberalism,
Yeah.
that those conditions
Mm-hmm.
don't bother you,
Yeah.
that you're more irritated about a lie about Abraham Lincoln,
Hmm.
or a lie about Ronald Reagan of being a racist, because that was a big lie that was spread around by the liberals when he was in office. If you're more upset about lies than you are about the present conditions that you live in,
Hmm.
there is something really twisted about that. I mean, really, there is a lack of logic, lack of intelligent thought and process, and that really concerns me. It is an utter miracle that America is still a preeminent nation in the world when you look at the amount of stupidity that just permeates this country and the crap that is just allowed.
I feel, you're obviously speaking to the person who understands the same thing as you do and believes in the similar philosophy as you just mentioned to me.
Look at
as well.
yourself. You come to this country, you say, from your own words, from poverty, and you've made a decision. Look, I'm not going to live like that.
Yeah.
Forget that. And you decided to do what? It's a four-letter word that seems to frighten so many people.
Mhm.
It's called work. Work, people. And it works. Work does work.
Work does work, and I agree with you totally. So good. So I want to remind people that they can get hold of your information at Ron Edwards at edwardsnotebook.com.
That's correct.
Is there a phone number you would like to give away as well?
Sure. 248
Mm-hmm.
219
Mm-hmm.
4896.
Great, fantastic. Once again, thank you for being interviewed here. I really enjoyed listening to you, and
Thank
I
you.
look forward to supporting you in your future projects as well.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.